Speaking of Jesus, speaking of the holiday, see my segue there?
Very nice. Very nice.
Joining me now is Debbie Schneider, who is the COO of the First Rule Media Network right here in St. Louis. And I just basically work for Debbie and do everything she tells me to do. So, Debbie, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. That's not true, Tim.
And, Debbie, isn't it funny? We could let everybody on a little secret that you and I have now worked with each other twice in the last... We won't say how many years, but beginning of my career and now here kind of in the middle-ish part, and we're back together, and I couldn't be more excited about it. It's been a great time the last 2 years working at First Rule.
Yes, it really has, and I really appreciate the opportunity for you to let me talk about the sharing fund today.
Yes. So Debbie, as one of her many responsibilities and duties, is basically helping to shepherd us through raising money and funds and managing and putting on the event for the sharing fund. And so, Debbie, first of all, what is the sharing fund?
So the sharing fund was created about 10 years ago. And the Sharing Fund's mission is to benefit through fundraising, events, and other activities selected nonprofit organizations that work to build strong communities in Missouri. This year, the two beneficiaries for the Sharing Fund are the Covenant House of Missouri and St. Vincent Home for Children.
And Debbie, those are two, I mean, most people, those are probably household names for a lot of people, right? Those are very old, good, charities that have been in and around St. Louis for many decades.
They really have. And these two groups work to help children and youth who are homeless, troubled, and at risk. And the work that they do is truly inspiring.
Now, before I go further, folks can get all the information they need about the Sharing Fund, especially the big event that is coming up that's going to benefit the Sharing Fund, at thesharingfund.com, right? Do I have that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Thesharingfund.com.
So, big event coming up Thursday, December the 8th, and I believe it is
at the Chase Park Plaza.
10th annual, right?
10th annual.
Okay, so tell us about the Snowflake celebration, which my understanding is because of the generosity of the folks who we'll talk about in a minute who are underwriting this thing, every dollar that people give is going to go to the Covenant House or St. Vincent. That
is correct. Every single dollar that we raise goes directly to these two charities, and it is split down the middle 50-50. So whatever we raise that evening, each charity will get a check. Last year, we raised more than $110,000 in that evening, and this year we certainly hope to raise more than that. The Covenant House is an agency that accepts youth 16 to 21 years old who are homeless and disconnected. They create individualized programs through mental health, residential treatment, education and career development, and they empower these kids to design their own path to independence.
And Debbie, we've seen those young men and women come before us at either the Cooking for Kids event in August or at the Sharing Fund, and what people can actually see what their dollars do, right? And aren't these stories? Some of these they're very moving, they're emotional, and they're incredible because it does put a lot of the Covenant House does help put these young at-risk kids on the right path.
They really do. They help them get not only through high school, but get through college. And in 2015, the Covenant House served more than 4,000 kids in Missouri.
Wow. That's remarkable.
4,000.
So talk for a minute about St. Vincent.
St. Vincent has two primary programs. Their Life Focus program works with intensive residential treatment for struggling youth. They have a new Life Recover program that services kids with drug and alcohol. It's an alcohol and drug in-house treatment program. And the Covenant House, that is certainly in-house treatment, and there are probably 40 to 50 kids at a time in St. Vincent at all times.
It's remarkable.
And they rotate in and out.
And St. Vincent has been around. They've I don't know, are they 100 years old yet or more or less?
They're about 104 years old.
Wow, that's remarkable. So very deep tradition there, definitely.
Yes.
So now the Snowflake celebration. So tell us about what's going to happen on December the 8th.
So December the 8th at the Chase Park Plaza from 6 to 8:30. It's a wonderful event. Great food, great fun, great, wonderful people, and you could become a sponsor. We have sponsorships that range from $250 to $5,000. All of the information at the sponsorships are at thesharingfund.com, or you can certainly reach out to me. My email address is debbie@firstrule.com. Or you can buy tickets to the event. Tickets are $75 a piece to purchase a ticket. We have great entertainment. Urban Electra, it's a 4-piece string band they're fabulous entertainers. We fly them in from Arizona.
Are those the ladies that always remind me of like Celtic women?
Yes. They'll be performing again this year.
They're a lot of fun. They're awesome. And Debbie,
it's a great event.
The great thing too is there's no agenda that night other than for people to have fun and raise money for the children of St. Louis.
That's right. At this particular event, it's one of the very few events. There are no auctions. It's just a great party. It's a great way to bring your family, bring your friends, come and mingle and meet new people.
Yeah, the food's fantastic. The open bar is even better, and you can mix and mingle with the muckety mucks of St. Louis and Missouri, and Debbie I want to talk for a minute about if you go to thesharingfund.com. I just pulled it up, and the invitation is right there electronically. And the people that host this, Dr. Jeannie and Rex Singfield are the primary hosts, along with Travis Brown, who's our CEO, Rachel Keller, and Laura Slay of Slay & Associates. And all of those folks, particularly Rex and Jeannie, whenever they're in the media, it's always not in the nicest of lights, and I think it's always in the most unfair of lights. But I always like to remind people about Rex's story. Raised for a big chunk of his childhood as an orphan in St. Vincent's, and how remarkable. These are all the things that people don't get to read on the front page of the Post-Dispatch, how much he gives back to our entire region.
Yes, he does. Rex and Jeannie are very generous, wonderful people, and without their support, we would not be able to do many of the things that we do for some of these organizations.
So also, if you look on there are photographs from past years of Urban Electric, and there's something to see. And the other cool thing I think you guys always do when you're setting everything, you really transform these hotel ballrooms, which, hey, the Chase is a magnificent hotel in and of itself. And the Corazon Room, hey, who can forget wrestling at the Chase, right? So magnificent ballrooms. But then you all go in. Debbie, you're so creative because I've seen it throughout the years. And you go in and you transform these places into like winter wonderlands.
We do, and this year's event, and we work out. I'll give Sam Foxman a little bit of a plug. Sam Foxman, who owns a company called Eventive, they're wonderful to work with. They help us every year on this event, and when you walk in this year, we try to do something different every single year so that it's
awesome.
Because we get a lot of people who come back year after year. And when you walk into the Chase this year, you will not realize where you're at.
Hey, Debbie, I'm getting the high sign here. I got to run. Thanks so much. That was awesome, I appreciate it, and hope you had a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Tim. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. We'll be back. FM News Talk 97.1.